Richemont is a luxury goods company, and they focus on what we call hard luxury, which is basically watches and jewelry. So within those areas they have multiple brands. So within watches, for example, they have Vacheron, Constantine, and within jewelry, which is the area that we really like, they own Cartier and Van Cleef & Arpels. Since the start of civilization, people have wanted to demonstrate their power and wealth. In the modern world, one of the ways that we do that is through what we wear, particularly branded jewelry or jewelry and watches. So you see people ostentatiously wearing very expensive jewelry in order to display their power, their wealth to other people. And so we anticipate that this trend will continue. What we've seen in recent years, however, has been more of a trend to understated luxury, where people can tell that you're wearing expensive branded items, but it's not in-your-face luxury. So it might be just a motif, for example, that you can see with a Van Cleef & Arpels Alhambra necklace. People would understand that it was expensive, but it's somewhat understated. And so it's really serving that need of people to display their wealth, their power to other people, but in a kind of slightly understated way. The total luxury market is somewhere between 360 and 400 billion US dollars, but the part we're interested in is about a quarter of that. So it's around 90 to 100 billion dollars for watches and branded jewelry. And we think the market will continue to grow at around 6% a year, which is what it's grown over the last 30 years on a compound basis, as we see wealth generally increasing around that level over time. In addition to that, what we think is really good for Richemont is that branded jewelry will continue to take market share away from the unbranded sector, and unbranded is around 50% of the jewelry market today. But Richemont is the luxury company that is most exposed to hard luxury of watches, and in particular branded jewelry. And the branded jewelry sector, as we know, is growing very fast because it's taking market share away from the unbranded sector. It's exposed to the growing wealth of consumers, and in addition, it's taking market share away from its main competitor, Louis Vuitton. So Louis Vuitton's two brands in branded jewelry are Tiffany and Bulgari, and we're seeing Richemont's brands, Cartier and Van Cleef, taking market share away from those two. So by owning Richemont, we own a company that is in the best part of a growing market, and it's also taking market share away from its number one competitor.